author and motivational speaker, American author and motivational speaker, Al Nightingale once said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Distinguished Toastmasters and guests, Madam Toastmaster, what an auspicious occasion this is. Despite the challenges that pursued us in 2019, here we are, back to the grind to realize our worthy ideal as Toastmasters. I'm therefore very delighted, absolutely delighted to be sharing my anecdotes on my leadership development path in this outstanding club, SEMA Toastmasters, where you stand up and you stand out. Let me see by a show of hands, how many of us picked the leadership development path as their first path? How many of us? I just want to do a quick survey. I see Evelyn Kanini there, thumbs up. Anybody else who has done leadership development as their first path? Going once, going twice? Wow. My, oh my, oh, Janie Mule. So I will assume that only 3 of us in this meeting chose leadership development as our first path. Therefore, I can claim that the leadership development path is the path less traveled. Toastmasters has been an interesting journey in my life. My Toastmasters journey began on March 9th, 2019, when I attended the current Toastmasters demo meeting at current St. John Youth Center. When I left that meeting that day, I was not only a Toastmaster, but a founding president. Wow, my year 2019 was looking up. By 9th of April 2019, which was just 1 month later, I did my icebreaker speech and I felt good. However, Toastmasters and guests, I did not deliver my second speech until, wait for it, November of the same year. You see, current Toastmasters was not a chartered club. We needed to get the numbers in order to charter the club and then access pathways in order to continue on our Toastmasters journey. But it was quite an exhilarating wait. We chartered in September of 2019, and I jumped right in to my second speech. My second speech in Toastmasters was a humorous contest speech. Can you believe that? I had jumped right out of the frying pan and into the fire. Well, being a Toastmaster was already being in the frying pan. And here I was in the fire competing on my second speech. Humorous speech contest. The humorous speech contest was held on 12th November 2019. And for some reason, I never made it out of the club. But I can tell why. None of you are laughing because I probably was not funny. Now, I decided to choose my path after doing my humorous contest. I went into the Toastmasters website and I analyzed and assessed my Toastmasters options, and I found myself on the leadership development path. Well, when I asked my colleagues, what path have you picked? I asked another colleague, what path have you picked? And their topics sounded so good. You know those ones? Innovative planning, dynamic leadership, presentation mastery. And here I was with my leadership development. I really questioned myself. But moving on swiftly, I took my path and started plodding on my Toastmasters journey, one day at a time. But when I got into that contest. I was no longer plodding. I jumped right in. And before I knew it, in a few short months, I was done with my level 1. Wow, that was amazing. Then came my level 2. I started my level 2 speeches early in the year 2020, somewhere around January. And what was my first project? Time management. I asked around how many people have done this project on managing your time. Wow, nobody had done that project that I could tell. Time management, what the project required of me is to plan the project and then have a full time log, blow by blow. Yes, I would present a 5 to 7 minute speech, but I would also hand in my log. Now, Toastmasters, I am that kind of person that burns the midnight oil in order to get a project done. Here I was having to plan a month in advance in order to get this time management speech done. Yes, I did the time management speech and I did the log. And can you imagine the title of my speech? The title of my speech was A Stitch in Time. When I delivered this speech, I had a good feeling. But can you imagine? I went over time. Even after preparing a time log, even after timing myself, I still went over time. But that is a story for another day. As if the pressure was not enough to deliver on my level 2 speeches, I was also representing current Toastmasters in the area as evaluation contender. And later on, I also represented Area 2 at the division contest. Level 2 was a lot of pressure. As I was skipping along my path, I now felt that I had jumped into this crazy roller coaster. Evaluation after evaluation. You see, Toastmasters, when you're an evaluation contestant, you really need to evaluate lots and lots of speeches. So I evaluated as many speeches as I could get my hands on or as I could get my ear to listen to. And this evaluation contest truly catapulted my Toastmasters journey. So come September, my apologies, come April of 2020, I was now able to be a better evaluator, and I did my leadership development path more vigorously. I was immersed in it. Toastmasters and guests, I believe that many of you have done the project, Understanding Your Leadership Style. When I saw this project, I was a bit taken aback. Yes, I had had people present, but I wondered, what is my leadership style? Why do I need to know about my leadership style? What good will it be for me? Toastmasters, I was still not educated enough regarding the Toastmasters motto, where leaders are made. I thought that being a president was simply coming into the club with your gavel, starting meetings and ending meetings. I thought that was all it took. But when I did my leadership development path, when I did my Understanding Your Leadership speech, I realized that I had to take in time. I had to evaluate what kind of a leader I was for my club and for my mentees. When I had finished evaluating this particular speech, when I was done delivering this particular speech, this was the time when the global pandemic had hit and we were delivering speeches online. So I had time to reflect. And I realized I was a democratic and affiliative, and I was a democratic and affiliative leader. My leadership style propelled me to lead from the front. I immersed myself in leading my team and leading from the front. Toastmasters and guests, this is when I took to the Toastmasters scene. I was taking projects left, right, and center. I was Timodin, Toastmaster of the Day, for different clubs. And because of the amount of enthusiasm I was using, you would have thought I was being paid for it. Toastmasters and guests, this is my reflection of my level 1 and level 2. By the time I was getting to level 3 and 4, it was a walk in the park. I was no longer plodding. I was no longer hopping. I felt ready. Remember, I did a time management project. I was now a time management guru. I knew what was coming up and I was ready. Then come level 5. And that is when the pressure started to mount. I needed to do a project called Managing a Successful Event. Now, how would I do that when we are online? But somehow, something clicked. On 27th of October, 2020, current Toastmasters did their first online speech contest, tall tale and evaluation contest. Ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed an awesome managing of events. I planned this event. I was the contest chair. I had my team working behind the scenes. But most importantly, I had my born ready, fun, fresh, and focused team of current Toastmasters. Ladies and gentlemen, it has not been easy, but it has been real. The leadership development path is unlike any other path that I might do in future. But I know that many of you here might have already gone to your second path. I am yet to discover. What did I learn? I learned one key thing, and I will read it for you right here. As you walk through your path, as you plod along or hop along or roller coaster away, keep your mentor close. They will give you a nudge and a push in the right direction. I want to thank my mentors for taking me through this journey. And now, as I complete my pathway in the next couple of weeks, I will continue asking you, go ye forth and take on the leadership development path. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.